Good after morning, everybody. What's in your garage today? Well, today I want to make a public service announcement. Stay hydrated, folks. Summer's coming. You got to drink your water. You got to monitor your heart rate and get your steps in. Okay? Us fat boys, we're not healthy when we're too fat. And I want to tell you, my Dinkleberry butt sat in the house this winter and got up to 304 pounds. Well, I'm back down to 295 now, but I'm eating 3 meals a day, trying to drink water, drinking less coffee. This is only my starting of my second cup, and I probably won't finish it. But I'm talking too loud. Got my new hearing aids. I hear a lot better. I think my microphone's a little too close to me. I just spent a 7-day week working every day. Well, not intentionally, it just happened that way. But I want to tell you about one that I have coming, and that's a 2011 Chevy Camaro. It's my uncle's Camaro. It's the same one you see on my channel that I did the timing set on. The book said that timing set took 10 hours. It took me 8 days. But like I told all my customers prior to coming to Arkansas, I work slower because I'm old and fat. I charge you whatever the book says. If the book says it takes 10 hours and it takes me 8 days, you get billed for 10 hours because that's just who I am. Okay. Got a little reprieve right at the moment because my nephew Chris has been here. His son, or should I say stepson, Shane came a couple of days. Matter of fact, them little peckerheads got my damn vacuum cleaner. They better bring it back. I might need to vacuum the car. I might need to vacuum the car. Anyway, I'm going to do an oil change on the Honda today. I've just neglected it, and it's overdue in accordance to my standards. It's not overdue accordance to the standards of the Honda, but accordance to my standards, it's overdue. And it's just because we've been busy. Summertime's coming. We're starting to hook things up more. Got more help. Got people coming every 5 days. Somebody already wrote on the whiteboard. But I want to tell you, so I got a call Wednesday of last week, and my uncle says, "Hey, Eddie," he calls me Eddie because that's when I was little, that's what he called me, and I'm not going to balk that. My name's Edward. Thank you. Anyway, he called me and said his car won't start. He said he drove it fine. It drove into his driveway or into his garage. And he got out, went in the house, no problem. Come back out and it wouldn't start. It sounded like the battery was going bad. So he had that problem when we were here doing the timing set. That was a problem. And when it engaged, it goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," and it wouldn't start. So we took the battery out, went and had it tested. Battery tested fine, cleaned all the connections, and the car started fine. So to be honest with you, when I left here to go there, that's 3.5 hours from where I am. He lives 3.5 hours away. When I left here to go get it, that's what I expected it to be. I expected it to be the battery. So as soon as I got there, I tested the voltage on the battery. It's 12.4. I cleaned the posts, the terminals, the eyelets, the ground in the trunk. And then I headed for the starter because it still wouldn't do it. Then my brother called and said, "Hey, check the ECM fuse. Check number 5, the ECM fuse." And sure enough, man, I checked that fuse. It was a little mini 15 amp, and it was blown. So I looked around inside the fuse box and found a spare, pulled the spare, put it in the ECM, plugged the battery back in, blew the fuse. Oh, damn. Now what? Well, I got on the internet and started doing my research. This is how I do my work. I get on the internet and I do my research. I did the research and I found some of those ask a professional mechanic now what you can do to save you money. And same thing, kept blowing the ECM fuse. And he said 9 out of 10 times it's the O2 sensor wires. The O2 sensor wires come off the exhaust. There's two of them. There's one right after the manifold, and then there's one right after the cat or before the cat. I think it's after the cat. There's one and one. 6-cylinder has 4. And so I reached up on, well, we had to go borrow a jack. I didn't know he didn't have a jack, so I didn't take one with me. I'm going to make me a bumper sticker for the back window of the car that says, I identify as a truck because I haul shit. Beep, beep, move. Anyway, so I got under there and I felt the wiring in the protective covers, and you could see that there's no char marks, there's no melted plastic, there's the protective sleeve looked fine. I could feel the wires moving in the sleeve. So I would say, no, that's probably not the issue. And then I pulled the box out. The computer sits in the front, and the box is right there. I pulled the box out, and I seen somebody had spliced a wire in that goes to a relay that goes to the inside of the car. Don't know what that's for yet, but I took that out, put the wire back, and that didn't solve the problem either. It still blows. The last time I did it was with our last 15. I stuck the fuse in, connected the battery, heard under the hood go click, 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 went and looked, and sure enough, the fuse was blown. So my next step is I'm going to go get it and bring it here. I couldn't go. I was supposed to go today, but I couldn't go today because the winch won't work on the trailer. The control box that controls the winch just clicks. It won't work. So I had to order a new one of those. Hopefully next week we'll go get the Camaro. And then you'll see the 2011 Camaro in here on jack stands while I start chasing wires to find. And I'm going to film that whole process because, hey, this is new territory for me. You know, I've never chased wires, but, you know, from what I see, that's all I have to do is find what wire is shorting. So I got to go from the ECM and follow the harnesses wherever they go. I may have to tear them open, but that's what I got that black Tussie tape for. Hot rodder's dream, you know, it's automotive wiring harness tape. Nephew was supposed to have been here already with the Mazda. We got to check on the tie rod ends, the 2012 Mazda. We did the engine cradle in it, and he says he hears a thunk thunk when he pulls up in his parking lot of his apartment building. I think that could be strut. The struts go thunk thunk when they hit insert bolts. But we'll see. He's supposed to be bringing it back. We still have to finish the tracker. Like I said, I'm going to do a oil change on the Honda today. And then this afternoon, I'll get in and put this out. So you'll probably get this. Today's Monday. You'll probably get it Tuesday. And I have to cut a board that goes in between my beams on the garage wall so I can hang a whiteboard. Sorry, wasp. So I can hang a whiteboard so we can make lists of all of our stuff that we need to do. Okay, so that's pretty much my update. I'm going to go ahead and get this posted. It's a little short video, but things are looking up, you know, out here every day. So we'll see what we can get accomplished, and I'll try to take you along on the way. All right? Sorry, that wasp is just all over the place. He's looking for a place. I get them all the time. It's hot out here. This thing ain't got no insulation. As soon as we can get some of these projects done, we'll get the insulation going. The 2012 Dodge Charger. Let me tell you that part. So the 2012 Dodge Charger started running bad, and it was given O2 sensor codes. So we replaced all 4 O2 sensors. And when I say we, that's me and Donald. And when After we replaced the O2 sensor codes, his computer started giving him some weird codes. He had a number 5 misfire, and so at that time we were just covered up, and he said he took it to another mechanic, and a mechanic said it's number 5 fuel injector. So he ordered one, brought it here, we put it in. I didn't film that. This car has been it's been becoming an issue. After that, it started running bad and giving him O2 sensor closed loop fueling issues. So he took it to another mechanic, and the guy said the computer was bad. No, wait, he took it to another mechanic, paid $35 for a diagnostic, and the guy said he got bad gas. Put some heat in it and some premium and just drive it. So he did that. It still runs like crap. He said he said it wouldn't have any power, couldn't pull a hill, run like shit. He took it to another mechanic, paid, I don't know, $75, $65, $35, whatever diagnostic fee here in Russellville. And the guy says, your computer's going bad. So I got online and found him a computer for $230, guaranteed for life, guaranteed money back. So he ordered that computer by his VIN number. I'm talking too loud. He called the place, gave him his VIN number. They programmed the computer for his car, sent it to him. Within 2 days, we got it, put it in, and it would not run. Shut it off, and it would not start. Would not start. Then it would not run. Now it would not run. Took it out, put his computer back in, and it run perfectly. When he shut the car off, he got codes. Failed closed loop fueling. The code, there was 2 of them, bank 1 and bank 2, did not achieve closed loop fueling. So when the car starts out, it starts at an open loop, which is technically memory, and then it says, okay, now I can read all the sensors. We're going to closed loop the fuel and go ahead and give it the fuel it needs according to what the sensors say. Well, his car keeps coming up with that same, not able to achieve closed loop fueling. So we do the research on it, and the research says the first thing to look for is flow of fuel, interruption in the flow of fuel management. So that means either your filter's stopped up or your pump's not putting out, getting ready to die. Or it could be the injectors are not giving enough. They're still hitting enough to achieve a spark and fire and combustion, but not enough because it's not enough power. So he ordered new fuel injectors and one side pump. When I say one side, 2012 Dodge Charger has 2 elements that goes to the fuel pump. This side is the main pump. This side is the filter and secondary pump. Both of them have it's a 2-part tank. This side will take the fuel from this side and pump it over to this side, and then this side will send it to the car. So it's got 2 readings. So we ordered the main pump and fuel injectors. So I'll see if I can't figure out a way to bring you along on that one. The videos are going to be a little different because what I have found when we were doing the 2012 Mazda 6 is I get distracted with what I'm trying to do and I don't get enough video. It's not that I don't get video because I can leave this on all day long, but that's not quality video. What you want is you want to see what I'm doing and you want to see what it takes to do it. But anyway, so I'm going to go back, okay? That's coming in Wednesday. That one's coming in Wednesday. Next week, I'll get the 2011 Chevy Camaro and we'll start chasing the wires on it. But we also have an HHR coming in. We have a Ford Ranger coming in to do freeze plugs on. I think we're going to wind up with a Saturn to see if there's something wrong with the transmission, because something about it not shifting right or something. I don't know. These are all hand-me-down cars except for the Ranger. And then we'll just see. I'll take you along and try to show you as much as I possibly can. The good part about having the kids here, They're grown ass adults, but I call them kids because they're young enough to be my kids. You know, that's the way you look at it. You look at them as kids because they were this tall. They were like this when you brought them in this world, and they've been kids your whole life, so they're kids. So anyway, the good thing the boys are here, and we can get a lot more done. Who knows? Who knows? So looking up around here, old man tinkers. Got some shirts going to come off the press pretty soon because I've been doing tinkering on learning how to make shirts. I'll post some of that up someday. I started the other day and then got sidetracked. That was, I think, something else came in and I did a video on that instead. Oh, the gazebo came in. I was getting ready to make an old man tinkers in the make it stuff room when the gazebo came in. I put out a gazebo video. So, all right. Well, I guess that's it for today. I'm going to get this one out to you as soon as I can get it in there and get it loaded and separated tonight, most likely. Hey, beautiful weather. You know that old saying, if you don't move it, you lose it? Trust me, as a 295-pound, 60-year-old man, you got to stay moving or you won't be able to move. So keep wrenching, and we'll see you later.